everyone. How are y'all? The train's fixing to come through. Noisy. As if the birds ain't noisy enough. It's kind of relaxing to listen to the birds, but always got to be interrupted by a train or cars. But I love about nature. You don't have to. You're not interrupted quite so much. Desmond, how are you? Sitting out on the front porch pondering again. Watching cars go by. It's Saturday. I'll go in later on and I've got about an hour or so worth of work to do. Ain't nobody up at the shop on the weekends normally, unless they're working over. Pondering, yes, pondering. I made a comment yesterday in one of my streams, and I try to keep my personal life out of the streams now, but I don't know, most people already know that from time to time I partake with weed. And I guess I had said something yesterday about it because I got a comment that said Christians don't smoke weed. And I figured I would elaborate on that. And, you know, I firmly believe that when it comes to medicine, when it comes to things that painkillers and things like that, God gave us nature. He did not give us a chemistry set. It's been argued over and over. He gave us the ability to make the medicine that we have these days, but in my personal opinion, I don't believe that, because the modern day medicine is extremely addictive. It has so many side effects that you almost become sicker from. Hey, buddy, what's up? Cat's in the window there. I've seen it on the screen there. But anyway, you actually, the symptoms are as bad as the symptoms that you started with. And you know, I used to take a lot of pain pills. I broke my back twice. Once trying to break a green horse, and the other one was I was working at a big welding shop for welding docks, water docks. We were welding them up, and anyway, I had gotten hurt, and they had me on pain medicine, and got seriously addicted, and it it ended up spawning into a complete different lifestyle. I was heavily medicated all the time, and then I got to where I was trying to find whatever medicine I could get to get the high off of it, or the numbing feeling, so you didn't hurt so much. And you become completely addicted to these medicines. And a couple years ago, several years ago, I decided that I'm not going to take man-made medicine anymore. So I looked into it. Why is this thing saying this? Alright, on my way back to Chicago. Awesome. But anyhow, I looked into it, and a buddy of mine told me it's right there in the very first chapter of the Bible. And I'll tell you this one right now. It's in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb, I always say herb. Anyway, every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of this earth, of all the earth, and every tree in which is fruit of the tree is yielding seed. To you that it shall be as meat." And I thought about it, and I sat there and pondered about it, and God gave us nature. He gave us plants. He gave us things that are alive. He gave us weeds, the grass, the trees, the apple trees, the vines for the grapes. He gave us all sorts of different foods that are natural, not for just us, but also for the beasts of the land and the creepy crawly things. And he gave us that. But I've looked at, and I've studied the Bible over and over, and I've yet to find anywhere in there that says that he gave us a chemistry set to take chemicals, combine them together, and give them to people and expect them to heal because you gave them a pill that helps with one thing but causes several others. And not to mention addiction. Weed has been proven that it has no addictive quality. It's all in your mind. If you're addicted to weed, it's in your mind. It has no harmful qualities, and everybody that has ever taken a round of antibiotics or a round of pain pills from the doctor that the doctor prescribed. So I looked into it more. Why is it that everybody thinks that weed is wrong? And it's because you're taught that. Because you're taught from a very young age that smoking weed is illegal, so therefore it must be of the devil. Well, I had a preacher tell me one time, I told him all about the way I felt about different things, and when I mentioned weed, he said, "Well, that I disagree with. You can't smoke weed and be a Christian." And I said, "Okay, tell me in the Bible where it tells me that." And he tried. He told me. He said, "Well, you have to obey the law of the land." And I looked. I was like, "Okay, if that's the case, the law of man, not the law of God, but the law of man, says that it is illegal." And this happened in Mississippi. I said, "It says that it's illegal here in Mississippi, but yet the law of man says that it is legal in the state of California. So are you telling me that it is a sin if I smoke weed in Mississippi, but not if I smoke in California?" He looks at me, he's like, "You got me. There's no answer to that one." That was the second attempt to steer me a different direction on that. And I know we all seek out our own salvation, and what is a sin to one is not a sin to all. But I did want to explain completely why I mentioned, or why I do smoke weed on occasion. It is for medical use. It is not, it is, it's not what you're consuming, it's how much you're consuming. It's the overindulgence that is an issue. They called Jesus a wine bibber. Why did they call him a wine bibber? Because he drank wine. And you say, well, it's wrong to drink. Well, if it was so wrong to drink, then why does the Bible tell you, give drink to the heavy-hearted, heavy-laden? Why does the Bible tell you that you should drink and be merry, but not be stubborn drunk, which is the overindulgence part? Why does it tell you all of that? And then that's not even to mention, what is Jesus' first miracle? Was making water into wine. See, we go by what we're taught from a very young age. We are taught from a young age that this is wrong and this is right, and everything that seems like it's right, like you're taught that going to the doctor and taking man-made medicine is right. But yet, every one of us want to know, well, why is there so many nasty side effects to medicine? Why is it that we're taught that if you're sick, you have to take medicine, when the Bible teaches you to trust in God and pray for your healing? Why is it that we're taught that we should take man-made medicine, but yet the natural medicine that God gave us, that is right here in nature, is illegal? It's the devil's lettuce. We are made to understand things in man's eyes, and it's not until we set aside the simple flesh and dwell upon the spirit to where we really realize that we're all subject to man's teaching, and no one wants to open up their eyes to God's teaching. See, I say that I smoke weed when I'm hurting, when I'm sore. I smoke weed. Okay? And the very same people that probably go home and take a few Tylenols, or go to the doctor and get some Lortabs, or get some Percocets, or get some, all of that stuff. The very same people that do that say, oh, well, you can't be a Christian because you smoke weed. Why is that? You defiling the temple of God? No. It doesn't do anything to defile you. Now, that medicine does. That man-made chemical does. Destroys your liver, gives you so many different side effects that it's just not worth it. Now, I'm not saying that you're living in sin by taking regular medicine. I have said that before, and I apologize, because, it's not my place to say that, but my personal belief, I have nothing to do with man-made medicine. And I've been asked several times, well, what if you come up with this crazy illness that this man-made medicine is a cure to, but if you don't have the cure, you're going to die? I've been asked that, and you know what? I live my life by faith. And if I become ill with a terminal sickness, all I can say is, Give me my weed, I'll smoke my weed, and give me my Bible, I'll read my Bible, and just let me sit there and pray about it, and let me trust in God, because I don't trust man. I haven't trusted man in a long time, and I don't believe I ever will, because mankind, we're all the same. We all are simple flesh, and we all think that we know the best. In all actuality, the only one that knew the best for us was the one that created us. And if he gives us nature, he gives us the natural things in life for our use, for our consumption, then that is what I lean towards. Now, granted, what is sin for one is not sin for another, and I understand that. So if it is a sin for you, I encourage you, don't smoke it. Don't indulge if that is a sin to you. But if I get up there by them pearly gates and I find out that it is a sin to smoke weed, first of all, I'm gonna have a real curious question. Well, why did you create that? But nevertheless, that is a sin that I will answer for, and I will stand there and have to answer for it. But as of right now, I have yet to find one single scripture in here that tells me that weed is a sin. I have yet to find anything whatsoever in the Bible that tells me that I should not partake in that. If I'm, it's no different than, it's no different than a person that goes and takes herbal vitamins and that's all they ever take. It's a matter of getting back to nature, getting back to our Creator and all of the creation that is around us. I figured I would enlighten you on my thoughts on that. I'm sorry for the ones that think that is wrong. Normally I don't speak about it because I get too much hatred and stuff, but I didn't get any hatred. I just a simple comment, and I was just elaborating on that comment, because while we don't all share the same views on everything, we are all like-minded. So I'm sure that those of you that had any question in your mind about it, I'm sure that I have at least come close to answering it. And also there's another point. There is no greater or lesser sin. Some people decide that they want to judge a person because their methods in life are different. Mine is I trust in God. Some people, they trust in man. I trust in nature. Some people trust in doctors, which is trusting in man. Something serious happens to me, I take it to God. If God tells me I need to go to the hospital, then I know that He is going to have His hands on that doctor when that doctor does anything to me. But unless He tells me I need to go to a doctor or I need to go to a hospital, I'm going to do things the natural way. I have done a lot of unorthodox things, a lot of different ways, but the point being, no greater or lesser sin. If you believe it is a sin, then you have to look into your own life and say, well, wait a minute, am I sinning? Do I take Tylenols? Um, do I take antibiotics? Do I take pain pills? Do I do this? And then I condemn a person that takes a natural approach. See, you can't um, you can't be a judgmental person, and you can't be hypocritical, and that is where people fall short a lot because they're hypocrites about it. See, I'm not judging anybody that takes regular medicine. That is up to you. That is in your that is between you and God. I'm simply edifying the reason that I don't partake in regular man-made medicine because man did not create us. We were created by our Creator, God. And it, I had a friend of mine said it in a way to where he kind of really uh, he dummified it, I guess you could say. He put it in dummy terms. And so when you have a car, you get a brand new, right off the showroom floor, Chevy Suburban, Chevy Tahoe, I don't care, whatever. You get a brand new car. Let's even go for one of the high class ones, Ferrari or Lamborghini. Let's say you go and get a brand new Lamborghini from off the showroom floor, and suddenly the thing won't start. Now you can take it to one of these little shade tree mechanics, and I'm sorry, I work at a shop that is literally a shop that works on about everything. And I can tell you, you can take it to a shop like where I work at, and you might get the mechanic that can find the problem right away. You might can get the problem solved rather quick. But then again, they might get in there and say, well, looks like the starter's gone. You buy a starter and still nothing, it won't start. Okay, well, it's not getting fired. Let's change out all the spark plugs, and let's change out all the coil packs, and let's change all of that out. You do that, and well, it's not going to start again. Okay, well, let's try the ignition. Let's yank the ignition out and put a new ignition in there. And you're talking about, now you're up into some money then. That's a lot of money that you spent on all this stuff so far. They put the new ignition in, and that wasn't a problem. Still won't start. And then, finally, you find the problem. It was the brain. Right? Well, you've done spent all this money on everything else, and this thing has costed you thousands of dollars. But then you take it to the dealership, the place where it was built. They come out there, they take a look at it. The people that built it, the people that actually built that car, come out and take a look at it. And when they do, they know right off the bat that it's the brain. A couple $100, and you're out the door. 5 minutes later, car started, and you're back on the freeway, annoying all the other drivers with your fast little fancy car, and just darting all over the place. It's kind of the same way with our bodies. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, when something's wrong with your body, take it to the Creator. Ask the Creator, well, how do we fix this? Not man. Because man has learned a lot of things, I agree. But no matter how much they know, you can get a brain surgeon that can tell you exactly every single little hallway in that brain. you know? And still, the creator, the one that actually designed it, obviously knows way more. My point is, don't be quick to judge a Christian and say they can't be Christians if they smoke weed. They can't be Christians if they have sin in their life. If you think it's sin, I don't believe it's sin. I don't believe it's sin to smoke weed at all. But if you believe it's sin, don't be so quick to judge a person about that when you have sin in your own life. That's why I needed to do this morning, was for edification. To edify you on exactly why I feel that way about medicine. They have done some remarkable things with medicine, and I have no doubt that God has had His hands on it. I've seen some of the craziest, wildest things that were healed by medicine. But I've also sat back and watched a man with the Spirit of God in him praying over another person, and instantly, with no surgery, no cutting open of the flesh, no chemicals and medication, none of that, it completely healed a person. And I've seen that. So, that is what I was pondering about this morning. I am very thankful for the comments that we get at times. I don't like the nasty ones, I don't like the dirty ones, but these ones like that, like a simple comment, Christians don't smoke weed. Okay. That is a comment that we can use to edify. It's a difference in opinion, and it's not done in a harsh way. And I do thank the guy that sent me that, because it gave me a chance to explain something spiritual. So, please, if you think differently, leave a comment. And don't go to badgering at it, because you'll get blocked. I really don't like it when they get in there. Oh, you're going to hell if you smoke weed. Oh, you're going to hell because you said the word hell. Oh, you're going to hell because you look funny. Whatever the case is, I just, that is hatred talk. That comment was a comment made from a person that has learned the same way that all of us has learned, and believes in the physical things of man, and was in need of edification for it. So, if y'all have any comments, questions, feel free to ask. Just remember, be nice and not judgmental about it. Because we all have to answer for when we judge another person unrighteously. So, back to pondering. Let's see, what are we going to ponder? I'm putting together a sermon on spoken word. Anybody that believes that you're a Christian should hear it. Everyone that doesn't believe in God at all should hear it. I do believe it is a message that everyone needs to hear. It is a message that is very dear to my heart. I've been working on it for a little while now, and I've almost got it done. I'm hoping that maybe I might do it this evening. I don't know. Then again, I might just leave it for tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is God's day. So, There's not very many people are talking. Are y'all still here? Somebody chime in and say something at least. I sure hope I didn't do that whole video and it not go through. Anybody there? Can someone comment? Unable to resolve pose. What? Anybody there? You know what? I think I just did a 31-minute video live stream that nobody's seeing. Because this thing just said unable to.
When I got notified I went on there, it showed that you were already live streaming for 22 minutes before I even got the notification.
Bill, Desmond, any of you care to send me a comment? Well, that is weird.
Yeah, that's something,
Let's try this again.
someone